the selected ones. Let's face it, the world you were born into isn't paradise. The scene is chaotic. It is painful. It is a difficulty. It is a horrible room. You did not wake up one day and discover you were fighting against everything. The truth is that you've been fighting since you took your first breath. You were not given tranquility. You were handed a battlefield, a world that has sought to break the quiet and bury you under decades of grief, fear, and training. And if you're honest with yourself, you felt it deep in your bones during sleepless nights when nothing made sense but misery. This isn't your imagination. This is correct. But here's the deal. They had not anticipated you being chosen. They didn't expect you to carry a light so powerful that it could pierce the darkness like a sword. You were sent to this terrible world not to suffer or fade away, but to conquer all challenges and alter the game. And if you are listening to this, it is time to wake up. It's time to stop surviving and begin dominating the hellish planet. Let's talk about why you're here, why it's so tough, and why you're the best person to get through it. The whole world is a state of being in which grief, fear, and conditioning are dominant. This is not just a metaphor. It is the underlying reality of our world. You may notice it in the apparently continuous cycles of misery and the overwhelming sense that someone is always working against you. This realm is a battlefield where you've been taught to accept sadness as a way of life, and escape looks practically impossible. Generational cycles of anguish and suffering have shaped the world we live in today. Families have unhealed scars that are carried on as a curse, impacting people's attitudes, feelings, and behaviors. Furthermore, societal conditioning keeps individuals in the hellish realm, ensuring their ignorance, horror, and collaboration. Breaking free is more than just a fight. It's a revolution. The signs of the infernal realm are everywhere, manifesting as everyday disputes and relationships that never seem to resolve. This reality manifests itself in the form of a constant dread of death, financial uncertainty, and mental turmoil. It's the feeling of carrying a weight you can't let go of while longing for peace in a world that seems to reject it. Another distinguishing trait of this universe is inner turmoil, which includes anxiety, constant self-doubt, and periods of disorientation. All of these are signs of the hellish world. This instability is not just personal, it is a group. Look around and you'll discover similar patterns in the lives of others. The environment reflects the psychological volatility that characterizes this sector. The emotional and mental chaos that surrounds you was not intended. It is the direct result of living in a society dominated by fear and indoctrination. It may be seen in the never-ending cycle of negative news. Life systems are inherently unstable, and many individuals struggle to find real satisfaction. These are the qualities of the infernal realm, where suffering is tolerated and challenged. It is unusual. Now, since you're still with me, I'd want you to comment below. The revolution begins inside. If you recognize the signs of the hellish world and are committed to breaking the pattern. If this resonates with your soul, you may be requested to subscribe to God Connection in order to continue receiving these critical spiritual upgrades from the blossoms. As a chosen one, you were sent to the infernal chamber on a task. The goal is not to suffer interminable anguish, it's about waking up and rising above the confusion. You were selected to rise beyond the world's illusions and provide clarity where there is turmoil. Your appearance is not coincidental. It is planned, purposeful, and necessary for mankind's awakening. The obstacles you face are not random. They are symbolic of your objective. Every pain, suffering, and hurdle you've encountered is part of your journey to waking. You're here to break free from the constraints of conditioning, not just for yourself, but also to assist others. Your mission as a chosen one is deeply spiritual. You've come to break the cycle of misery and suffering that now governs this world. The light you carry is not just for your own healing. Its objective is to provide a cloak for those who are lost in the darkness. This explains why your life seems so intense. You face challenges, not punishments. They are chances to grow, progress, and achieve your larger purpose. Your awakening is the first step. When you break free, you demonstrate what is possible. You show people that conditioning can be overcome, misery is transient, and there is a way out of the hellish realm. The conditioning trap is the demon realm's most powerful weapon from birth. Cultural narratives, family expectations, and societal customs all have an influence on your thoughts and actions. This training is designed to keep you asleep, stopping you from opposing the system that has enslaved you. It operates via fear, namely fear of rejection, failure, and being unique. It persuades you to remain little, fit in, and follow the rules, even if they do not help you. This trap is so deeply embedded that most people spend their whole lives without realizing they are caught in it. Your inherited conditioning affects many parts of your life. It affects how you see yourself and the world. It motivates you to seek external validation, thinking that money, accomplishment, relationships, or social position are the keys to happiness. It rejects your true power by convincing you that you are limited, ordinary, and incapable of change. The trap is subtle but relentless. It sustains itself via daily habits, cultural influences, and implicit IT laws. To break free, you must see and understand these patterns for what they are. This darkness pervades every aspect of your life. Relationships lose their value, turning into cycles of conflict and disappointment. Stress and worry have a bad effect on your health. Fear becomes your constant companion, dictating your actions and hampering your progress across the hellish realm. Ignorance isn't bliss, it's called bondage. Living in darkness puts you in survival mode, where you react to life rather than shape it. Every day seems like a struggle, a replay of the same patterns that leave you exhausted and empty. You may have little moments of pleasure, but they are always followed by a greater feeling of estrangement and dissatisfaction. Your pain is not isolated. The unconsciousness of one individual adds to the unconsciousness of the group. When you sleep, the cycles of sadness and fear continue, harming families, communities, and society as a whole. Generational trauma stays unsolved. As a legacy of pessimism, the collective darkness becomes stronger, reinforcing the same institutions that keep humanity trapped in the hellish world. This isn't just about you. It is about the globe. We are all inhabitants. Every act of unconsciousness, whether it is house neglect or indifference, adds to the community's agony. Staying asleep maintains the cycle, enabling the hellish world to maintain its grip on humanity. The more you sleep, the more you forfeit tranquility, purpose, and potential. Life becomes a series of missed opportunities with a continual need for more. The ache lingers. It grows louder and more intense, as if the universe is shouting for you to wake up. This haste is not punishment. It's a call to action. The obstacles and hardships you face are signals from your higher self, urging you to accept the truth and break free. The longer you ignore these symptoms, the more serious they will get. Waking up isn't just a choice. It's essential for your survival and growth. One of the most noticeable effects of falling asleep is a loss of tranquility. Without awareness, the mind becomes a struggle for uncertainties. concerns, and anxieties, you're locked in a cycle of overthinking, chasing solutions that never seem to come true. Peace remains out of reach because it is incompatible with the hellish regions, lies, and illusions. This emotional sorrow spreads into your external world. Relationships get tight, work becomes useless, anxiety clouds even the most basic joys. Staying asleep limits you the ability to fully and authentically experience life. Each selected one has a unique task. However, staying asleep prevents you from learning and fulfilling it. Instead of living with purpose and meaning, you feel disconnected from yourself and the world around you. The further you fall into this situation, the more difficult it is to break off. Purpose is the anchor that connects you to your best self. Without it, life is just an empty shell. When you stay unconscious, the circle of suffering continues. They extend to your children, your community, and beyond. The whole world thrives on ignorance, and by staying asleep, you unintentionally spread this ignorance to others. Breaking free is more than just a personal act. It is an obligation to future generations. Your awakening has the ability to disrupt these habits and bring in a more positive, free existence. The final result of being asleep is a disconnection from reality. The holding chamber blinds you to your own power, convincing you that you are insignificant and susceptible to forces beyond your control. This distant mint leaves you feeling lost and powerless, unable to see the light inside yourself. The longer you stay in this position, the bigger the illusion becomes. You lose who you are and begin to accept the hellish region's lies as fact. But the truth is always there, waiting for you to uncover it. Suffering, in all its forms, acts as a wake-up call. It is the universe's way of shaking you off, reminding you that you were not designed to live in darkness. The sorrow that you have seen is not the end. This is the start of your metamorphoses. Every issue is a door waiting to be opened. Every grief has a lesson waiting to be learned. The question is whether to answer to the call or stay asleep. The first step toward awakening is to accept the truth of this world. The infernal chamber does not represent your eternal existence. This is a test. A location where sadness serves as a motivator rather than a punishment. Its chaos is a deliberate challenge meant to push you beyond your boundaries and expose the illusions that bind you. When you understand that this planet is a training ground, not your ultimate destination, the route to awakening starts to show itself. Awakening demands a shift in how you see the universe. The obstacles you face, the suffering you've experienced, and the training you've received are all part of a system designed to put your strength and resilience to test. The Hell Realm is not intended to defeat you. It's here to educate you. Every setback teaches us something, and every hurdle is a chance to progress. This shift in perception is crucial. Without it, the torment of the hellish world seems boundless. Suffering becomes a kind of release. To awaken, you must comprehend that you are neither the body you inhabit or the mind that generates your thoughts. The body serves as a vessel, while the mind functions as a tool. Neither determines who you really are. You are the awareness that drives everything, the silent observer who remains unfazed by the hubbub. When you connect with this wisdom, rather than the fleeting sensations of the body and mind, the hellish regions, illusions begin to fade. Meditation is the key to discovering your true self. Meditation allows you to analyze your thought processes without being caught up in them. This quiet helps you to see through the illusions of the hellish realm. Meditation enables you to separate from conditioned beliefs and emotions, giving you the ability to distinguish between what is real and what is an illusion. Distraction and loudness are key components of Hell Realm programming. Meditation overcomes this by enabling you to look inside where the truth lives. As you sit unmoving, you become aware of the stories that have shaped your reality. The world imposes its viewpoints. Anxiety, eddies, and uncertainty affect you. Meditation allows you to confront these narratives and let go of those that you no longer want to hold on to. It is about seeing things for what they are, transitory and shallow, not the essence of who you are. One of the most important benefits of meditation is the ability to reclaim control over your inner world. The hellish world feeds on turmoil. Meditation, on the other hand, teaches you how to obtain interior peace and quiet. Regular practice increases your ability to stay calm and focused in the face of turmoil. Internal stability is a kind of freedom that the hellish world cannot take away. Meditation allows you to connect with your inner self, the awareness that resides outside your conditioned identity. This awareness remains continuous and unaffected by fear or grief. It is the part of you that stands firm in the face of adversity. When you connect with this understanding, you understand that the troubles of the hellish realm are just temporary. However, your true nature is permanent. This realization constitutes a watershed moment on the path to awakening. Awakening is neither a one-time event nor a final destination. It's an unforgettable journey to deepen your connection with the truth. Each moment of clarity or breakthrough in meditation brings you closer to the light. The infernal realm will continue to challenge you, but as you progress down the road to awakening, its grasp on you weakens. The journey itself is transformative, altering how you see the world and your place in it. How Rome survivors. Let's make an announcement together. Awakened people never sleep. If you're prepared to rise above the chaos for the selected ones, post a comment below. Meditation is more than a practice. It's a lifeline. It keeps you anchored in reality. When the illusions of the infernal realm threaten to drag you back in only a few minutes, every day might result in significant changes in your perspective as you improvise with the increments and the threats. You grow more conscious of the truth, stronger in the face of hardship, and more connected to your larger objective. This is how you create a passion to seek the truth. Take 1 minute at a time. The selected one's transformation starts with unlearning all they were taught in the hellish realm. This strategy does not include acquiring new skills or knowledge. It is about letting go of the wrong thoughts and conditioned behaviors that have kept you trapped. You let go of the illusion that you are defined by your misery or circumstances. Transcendence happens when you comprehend that they are not aspects of your personality. They are only illusions in this world. Unlearning is not a straightforward process. The infernal world's brainwashing is deeply ingrained, strengthened by years of repetitive behaviors and social expectations. However, every time you let go of a false belief, whether it's a fear of failure, a need for praise, or a bad self-esteem, you reclaim a piece of your true self. The act of letting go is liberating. It creates space for the truth to emerge, enabling your mind to expand beyond the confines imposed by the hellish realm as you defeat its illusions. You will begin to live in a condition of complete awareness. This awareness symbolizes your true self, the portion of you that is permanent and unchanging. When you operate from this perspective, the world's volatility loses its grip on you. Rather of becoming a victim, you become an observer of life's events. This change is profound. It affects not just how you see life, but also how you interact with your surroundings. The selected one's change does not cease when they wake. When you transcend the hellish realm, you become a source of light for others. Your presence, clarity, and tranquility inspire others around you to begin their own travels. You become a living example of what is possible, inspiring others to pursue freedom and truth. This ripple effect is how selected ones contribute to breaking the cycle of pain in the hellish realm. The awakening provides a deep feeling of purpose that is no longer limited by fear or conditioning. You may live authentically by following your inner awareness. The goal is not to acquire external success or notoriety. It is about being genuine to yourself and using your unique skills to help others. Every action, no matter how tiny, becomes significant when it is rooted in awareness. One of the most notable changes for chosen ones is the end of agony, which comes as a result of your contact with the infernal world rather than any alteration in it. You no longer see issues as threats, but as opportunities for progress. Pain loses its significance when you acknowledge it as a fleeting sensation rather than a defining feature of your life. This metamorphosis allows you to live peacefully and joyfully, even in the midst of turmoil. As you awaken, you see the significance of the current moment. The infernal realm thrives on keeping you stuck in the past. We are anxious about the future, yet mindfulness brings you back to the present. Now, you are liberated from the cacophony of the mind and the illusions of the world. You realize that calm is not something you must chase. It's something you can get just by being converted. The selected ones have an enduring light. You enter the hellish chamber with a sense of purpose and clarity, which inspires others. You do not need to preach or convince via your actions. Appearance and enthusiasm speak louder than words. Living as a beacon of light requires embracing the truth and inspiring others to awaken as well. The chosen one's ultimate transformation is the ability to bring a glimpse of paradise into the hellish realm via awareness, purpose, and peace. You create a space where individuals may feel optimistic, loved, and connected. The selected one's goal is to change the world via their very presence, rather than to escape it. Your awakening is more than a personal achievement. It adds to humanity's collective liberty. The hellish realm was not a mistake. It is a spiritual crucible, designed specifically to awaken the selected ones. The misery and chaos you see here are not punishments, they are catalysts. This dimension exists to motivate you to face and conquer your deepest fears. Without difficulties, there would be no development, awakening, or realization of the light inside you. The infernal world serves a divine purpose by producing souls capable of rising beyond the gloom. Every minute spent in the hellish world challenges your awareness, endurance, and ability to see beyond illusions. Your troubles are not random. They symbolize possibilities for change. When you experience pain, fear, or perplexity, you are being prompted to go deeper and uncover the truth. Hiding inside the experience, the infernal realm's trials aren't meant to defeat you. They are meant to awaken the strength and wisdom that lie latent inside you. The infernal realm's power stems from its ability to transform you. Every obstacle you experience, every misconception you see through makes you a more awakened and powerful being. The method is not straightforward, but it is necessary. Without darkness, you can never appreciate the significance of light. No upheaval occurred. You would never understand the importance of inner calm. Infernal worlds, challenges, and polish. You transform sorrow into purpose and uncertainty into clarity. One of the most essential spiritual teachings from the infernal world is the shift from victimhood to empowerment. At first, the agony may seem overwhelming, and it is easy to feel helpless. However, as you awaken, you learn that the events that were supposed to break you were instead strengthening you. You go from blaming the world for your misery to taking responsibility for your enlightenment. This change represents the essence of celestial empowerment. It represents the realization that you are not a victim of the hellish world, but rather a combatant inside it. The hell realm's existence is intrinsically related to your greater purpose. You were brought into this world not by chance, but by purpose. Your soul chose this experience to learn, develop, and reconnect with its true nature. The obstacles you face are part of a broader plan that is guiding you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and the world. Your awakening isn't only about you. It signifies a significant step forward in humanity's collective growth. Every chosen one who wakes in the hellish world contributes to its liberation from darkness. Awakening is a rejection of the indoctrination, fear, and pain that have defined this life. It indicates that light can never be extinguished, no matter how dense the darkness. When you awaken, you come alive. An example of the power of truth in encouraging others to rise and assert their freedom. The spiritual significance of the hellish realm extends beyond individual awakening. It denotes a stage in the collective development of consciousness. Every selected one who breaks free helps to demolish the mechanisms that perpetuate sorrow. As more souls awaken, the balance starts to shift, and the hellish realm transforms into a place of healing and development. Your awakening was not a unique experience. It represents a splinter in a wave of community progress. The hellish realm seems to be a never-ending conflict, but the true gift is awareness. It requires you to confront illusions, examine what you've learned, and look for the truth inside yourself. This insight is the key to breaking free from the difficulties of the hellish realm. You may not have grasped the full degree of your own power, or the unlimited nature of your spirit at its core. The hellish realm fulfills a divine purpose. It is a crucible in which souls are tested and cleansed, and light shines through the darkness. This strategy is not always easy to follow, particularly when you are in pain. When you wake up, you realize why you're so upset. You comprehend that the infernal world is not a punishment, but rather a necessary stage on your soul's journey to truth, serenity, and celestial empowerment, the selected ones. It's time to recognize your presence. You were born into hell, to conquer its darkness, not to suffer and be silent. This is your purpose and destiny. The obstacles you faced were not designed to break you. They were meant to awaken you. Now is your chance to go into the light and accept the awareness that has always been inside you. Awaken. Knowing is more than just an act of courage. It is a dedication to the truth. It invites you to go within, challenging the world's illusions, and embrace the awareness that lies at the core of your existence. Commit to the practices that will enable you to align with this reality, whether it's meditation, self-reflection, or just choosing to live intentionally. Each step brings you closer to the liberty you were destined to experience. The time for hesitation is past. Step into your power and accept responsibility for your chosen position. You have a light that is stronger than the darkness of the hellish realm. A light that may inspire and uplift others. Use this ability to break free from the cycle of suffering and create a world based on truth and consciousness. This is not a distant goal or future promise. Your quest begins now. Every action, every concept you choose serves to alter the hellish world. As you awaken, you become a beacon of hope for others who remain trapped in darkness. Your awakening is more than just a personal achievement. It is a collective act of resistance against the despair that has gripped the world for far too long. You were born in the hellish world, but you are not destined to remain. The light you carry has the power to transform not just your life, but also the lives of others around you. This is your truth. You aren't here to be defeated. You are here to conquer, awaken, and lead. Accept reality and allow it to guide you on your path.